All right, Ray, Angela, BJ, you guys got the mic. You guys, good luck. Make sure to do an intro though. I think there's a bunch of new people here who haven't met you. So anyway, yeah, I have to drop off, and me and Jaden can. I was just here to kind of set things up initially, but best of luck, everybody. I'll watch the recording and follow up with y'all.
Brilliant. Thanks, Benny. Yeah, so welcome everybody. This is I'm not sure which call this is. This is probably our 18th or 19th call at this point, and we're excited to have everybody. It's nice to see that the turnout is pretty consistent right now. For people asking, I'm with the team. I've been here for about 4 months, 4 to 5 months at this point. I was working on the Sapiens website for a considerable amount of time at the beginning, and have jumped onto a lot of work on the SDK and Tokenbound.org. So it's been pretty exciting to see all of the progress that's been made in my short time here. The EIP coming up fairly shortly as well, EIP updates, and yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next. These calls, as most of you know, happen every week, and it's a good opportunity for the future primitive team, the Tokenbound team, to have a chance to work directly with developers and have a bit of an ongoing conversation back and forth to see what everyone was working on, share what we're working on, and progress moving forward. So the way this normally works is we'll sit down and have a quick little set of intros for anyone who's new to the community. We'll go through some demos from anybody who wants to share, and the Tokenbound team here will share whatever we have that's relevant on any given week. So I guess first off, if there's anyone who has not been here before and wants to give themselves a little bit of an intro for the community, if you could put up your hand, that would be amazing. Okay, Amon, if you want to give a little intro, I think you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad Yasha joined in. I thought I was the only newbie, but have known the Future Primitive team, met them in Lisbon actually, I think 6 or 7 months ago. But let's just kick off the intro. I'm Iman. I'm working on Crowd News. We're basically doing like a marketplace for co-creation, matching creators and brands that do cool digi-physical drops. And then obviously trying to incorporate elements of 6551 to incorporate different artifacts within the NFT that comes with a physical that you can redeem, and just experimenting with the limits of drop culture when you literally just have a digital container that can house anything. So super excited about that. And my background in systems engineering, did a bunch of stuff, almost like 10 years in climate tech, doing IP collaboration between universities and companies and startups, and trying to apply that type of IP licensing into the fashion co-creation world.
Nice, very cool. Who else do we have here? Yasha, do you want to go next?
Hi everyone. It's my first time joining this call, but I've been in the Telegram chat and I've spoken to Benny a little bit. Super interested in 6551 and the ways in which it can make things more interoperable. And yeah, I'm not a dev. I'm more of an entrepreneur, founder, but I have a wearables startup, and I'm looking to use 6551 to make digital wearables more interoperable, and looking to connect with devs as well.
That's great. Welcome. Is there anyone else who would like to make an intro? I know there are a bunch of familiar faces here. everyone is, or the vast majority of you have probably said hello once or twice before.
I guess I can take an intro. So my name is Fahim. I'm actually a student at the University of Waterloo, just trying to learn more about Tokenbound accounts and get into it. I'm actually reading their university's blockchain organization and also interning at Axstar this fall. And so I'm really looking to learn more about the power of Tokenbound accounts and how we can kind of use it to solve a lot of onboarding problems, new areas that it can be used for. So.
Very cool. Welcome, Fahim. I'm actually from the Waterloo region originally myself, but living out here in Vancouver alongside most of the team here. So if that is it for intros, maybe I'll give a little update on where things are at. The EIP has been published by Jaden quite recently. Jaden is on vacation right now, getting some badly needed time off. And I think it's kind of vacation season for FP as well. So we've got a little bit of a skeleton crew. So please bear with us if today's call in particular is a little bit disjointed at times, but we will power through together for sure. In terms of the status, so the EIP is in status right now. There is an audit that is forthcoming towards the end of the month, and the hopes are that that will go through smoothly, and we're hoping to be able to deploy contracts, I believe, early September. So on the FP side of things, there's a bunch of work that is ongoing to prepare for that with respect to the SDK, Tokenbound.org, just getting everything up to speed with the changes in the contracts. Fairly minor for the most part, but there's a fair bit of surface area to be covered in the coming weeks. So after everyone gets off from vacation, we're going to be very heads down. On the SDK side of things, I've been doing a fair bit of work. I've been given the keys to the car, so to speak, with NPM. So I think you're going to be seeing a much more regular cadence to some of the updates. Yesterday, I pushed an update that took care of some of the most common requests from the community. So we're very excited about that. I'll just share my screen actually and show some of the updates to the SDK. There are 3 new methods that are going to be very useful, I think. The first is a function called check account deployment that allows people to really conveniently check if a Tokenbound account has been deployed at the account address. So previously, developers had to check the bytecode that was deployed at the account to see if the number of bytes exceeded 2, and it was just a little bit of a cumbersome process. So we've added that directly into the SDK so people can check it conveniently. It'll just return a Boolean. That's a nice little convenience method. The next one, and this is kind of a big one that encapsulates a lot of different things. As I mentioned, the bytecode when it's deployed at the account, when an account is created, it has a whole bunch of different information packed into it. So that information used to be very obscured, and you had to do some cumbersome code and string manipulation to determine what the contents of the bytecode were. And these are all of the pieces of data that are packed into that bytecode. So we've got this new method called deconstruct bytecode that will essentially deconstruct and segment all of that information into bite-sized pieces so that you can reach in and grab all of the information about the implementation address if you're using a different implementation account, the salt, the token ID, token contract, and chain ID surrounding the NFT that is associated with the account. So, so you now have a way to look at the token or the deployed address itself and track back and get the information about the origin NFT. This was something a lot of people were asking about. And because so many people are going to be making use of that functionality specifically, we've also implemented another convenience method called get NFT that essentially takes advantage of the deconstruct bytecode and puts it in a nice little clean wrapper that allows you to get the origin NFT data. So we're really excited about this little update. It's fairly small, but I think a lot of people have been asking about these methods over the last few months, and we're excited to be able to share them with you. So for anybody who's been joining in the last little bit, Benny and Jaden are both off on badly needed vacation today. So we've got a little bit of a skeleton crew, and we're working through things together. We're excited to have you. I guess at this point, we're about 15 minutes in. Is there anyone who has anything to share for a demo? Amazing. Yeah. Jekyll, do you want to go first, maybe?
Yeah. Hi. Can you give me permission so I can share my screen? I think you have to make me a host.
Let me see how to do this here.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. You should have access.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be letting me.
Sorry about this, folks. I do see Jekyll as the meeting host, but from the sounds of it, he can't share his screen at the moment. So, was there anyone else who wanted to potentially try to share their screen? Yuli? Let me see if I can add you as a co-host as well.
Let's see if I can share something. Can you guys see it?
Okay, you should be all set as a meeting host right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'll go back to it. So, hello everyone. I'm so honored to be here today. My name is Yuli. You can call me Johnny, and it's a pleasure to meet you all guys here. Seeing such a device gathering in this e-room, that is truly inspiring. From our incredible talent developers to our passionate builders, and of course our enthusiastic community members. So I suppose let's take a moment to applaud Benny and Jaden, although they're in vacation, and for their groundbreaking work on the ERC 551 NFT and bringing us all here today together. And also thank you BJ, thank you Angela Ray for hosting today. Claps. So while our team might be like a fresh face to some of you, we come with a robust track record in this space. So we have been fortunate enough to launch several impactful projects in 2021. So most of them were actually DeFi related and caught a bit on the PFP trend. So now we're dedicatedly looking forward to exploring new avenue alongside with our community. So today I'm sharing our vision and two key initiative that aims to amplify the potential of ERC 6551 standard. So the first initiative is about like pivoting towards massive adoption. So we are collaborating right now with the renowned
Sorry to
Japanese.
interrupt. I think you didn't like share your screen right now.
Yeah, I didn't share. Yeah. Sorry, don't worry about it. So so we are collaborating right now with the renowned Japanese idol groups AKB48 and their overseas sister groups to launch NFT collections. So they have like a vast reach and popularity, present us a kind of unique opportunity to bridge the gap between the blockchain realms and the general public. So picturing something like this, we can the AKB song can be airdropped directly to the Tokenbound wallet, so drawing millions of fans. So many of these fans may be unfamiliar with the blockchain technology, yet they will still get to experience the power and the versatility of the ERC 551 firsthand. So to offer a clear visual, so I will share the screen. Yeah, thanks for Bella for letting me know that the screen is not shared. So this venture actually go beyond mere numbers. It's about expanding the ecosystem to a broader mainstream audience. So it's about it's about a reflect. I still remember a lot from our last dev call. Benny introduced us to the meme that is surfing on the AA trend, right? So a good-looking NFT paired with a functional wallet could be a compelling draw for newcomers. And also, additionally, we have been embarking on a high-profile collaboration with Edge Park, so a leading extreme sports tournament in Asia. So this collaboration is linked with the HGM, if you guys know about it. So it's the highest extreme sport championship, the skateboarding. So we're eager to integrate the ERC 6551 standard into that partnership as well. So this is the first things. So the second thing that I want to share is like so our team is trying to elevating the DeFi aspect of the ERC 6551 NFT. So beyond the adoption, we're also like focusing on innovation. We have been noticed that there is a significant portion of the community is leaning towards non-playable character, AI enhancement, and fully on-chain game. So coming from a DeFi background, we are really intrigued by the notion of JPEGs with bank account. So we are actually eager to explore its potential. So our primary mission is to make DeFi more composable and more permissionless. So here's like a simple slide that we think could be some usage in the future. So the first thing is like we can use this in the scenario of for DeFi composability. Is that knows the curve finance user who actively participate in governance and state their CRV can now unlock and trade their account along with the boosted yield. So this is something quite interesting. And before they actually have the 4-year lockup period ends, so then they can trade the NFT with this boosted yield along with them. And also they can tailor their future profit. So if they got a whitelist for a project or they got token something, they can basically sell their whitelist qualification to hedge the crypto beta, to hedge the crypto beta market risk before the launch, which is still months away. So we think those are two interesting points that could be some user scenario that combine the ERC 6551 and DeFi. So the idea is to harness the capacity of the Tokenbound account in a manner that unlock and untapped potential in the DeFi landscape. So we aim to introduce tools to facilitate this whole process, and also trying to undertake the educational efforts for preliminary user across various DeFi communities. So let them use the Tokenbound account. That's our goal. So we would love to collaborate with you all to explore how we can provide seamless integration, user-friendly interface, and a more holistic, uh, experience that amplify the usability of the DeFi scenario for everyone. In summary, our drive is fueled by a vision where ERC 6551 isn't just a standard, it's a revolution that fosters adoption, innovation, and community growth. So I'm eager to hear your thoughts, collaborate, and see how together we can shape the future of ERC 6551. And thank you guys for lending me your time. And feel free to reach out to me via Twitter or our Telegram. So I'm currently based in Shanghai, China. So bear with me if there is any like minor delays in response. Thank you guys so much.
That's super great, Yuli. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what you've got going in the Telegram. And please feel free to participate and keep contributing. Jekyll, you think you're ready to go? Let me, yeah, it looks like you're still on as a meeting host. So let's see if you can share now.
Yeah, some reason my browser is still blocking, but we're gonna have Deacon's here. He's gonna screen share for me, and I'll just talk through it. If Deacon, you wanna?
Okay, brilliant.
You wanna screen share? I think you need to make him host.
Yeah. I will track it down here.
Let me pull up your link.
Okay, Deacon, you should be good to go there.
All right, yeah. 1 second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, all good there.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Jekyll from DAO House and Silo. What we're building DAO tooling for 6551 NFT memberships. So today, I'm going to present a prototype real quick of something that we're working on that we're calling Moloch RDF, and RDF stands for Retroactive DAO Formation. The main idea is to governance enable any existing NFT collections. And so quickly before I get into the presentation, I'm just going to provide a quick overview of Moloch for anyone who's unfamiliar. There's two main components that you need to understand for this presentation. For one, the Moloch governance framework has a dual token model, and two, that Moloch DAOs include a function known as rage quit. So rage quit just enables both types of tokens to be burned for a proportional share of the treasury. So the first token is known as Moloch shares, and the second token is known as Moloch loot. Share tokens are the ones that provide holders with governance power and economic rights to burn, while loot tokens just provide the economic rights, and both tokens are ERC20. So here's the Moloch RDF summoner. So it's pretty straightforward, where you would just put your DAO name in, and then you have a meme token that you also will launch with your NFT DAO. So the meme tokens are Moloch loot, and you customize with a name and a symbol, and you can set a fixed token supply and how much of that supply will be evenly distributed to all the NFTs of the chosen collection. The remaining supply will be allocated into a safe that's owned by the DAO. Since the meme tokens can be burned for a proportional claim to the treasury, it actually makes your meme tokens deflationary, which is, I guess, pretty interesting. And there's a bunch of different designs and things that you can do with that model. And each NFT by default will receive one share token. And these tokens are actually soul bound, or I guess like token bound to the NFT TBAs. So what we're trying to do is create a standardized version of 6551s called Silo NFTs where the governance power is permanently locked within the TBA account. So keeping the NFT as the actual member of the DAO is the main goal here. Yep, then you would just put in the ERC 721 smart contract, and then you would summon. And then so here you can see this is the claim your airdrop page. You would just go to connect your wallet. So this is like, and this is a page that you would be able to share with your NFT community. Then you would have claim airdrop here. And so you have a batch claim option. This will deploy the TBAs and claim both shares and meme tokens into the TBAs in a single transaction. And we're also working on a version where you'll be able to see the entire collection of claimed and unclaimed NFTs, so that the project founders or say like a community DAO who raises funds could actually claim for all holders and subsidize those gas costs. And now here is the holder profile. From your holder profile, all your claimed NFTs and their TBAs will be displayed. You can batch delegate all of your NFTs to a single address to consolidate voting power and save gas costs when voting on proposals. You can choose to like delegate to an EOA or maybe a different holder, or you can also delegate to one of your NFTs themselves and use that NFT as like your main identity in the DAO. So say like you delegate to this guy, just hit connect on that one NFT. Yep, and so now you'd click connect, and then you'd be connected to the DAO as that NFT. It is now like your main identity as you interact with that DAO to create proposals and vote. Then you can also select, if you see that red box with the 3 dots next to one of the NFTs down below. Yep, that red box. Yep, and then so you could like make any NFT that you want, like your PFP. And then you would just click on make your PFP, and then you can like change your PFP if you wanted to for you know, whatever identity that you wanted to interact with the DAO. And then you would just click the manage button. And then like from there, you can then manage all of your different delegations for each individual NFT. And like you could choose a new delegate or remove a delegate individually as needed. Then we could just go over up top. You can go back up top to the settings. Yeah, you can go back. That's fine. Yeah, just go up top to the settings. Yep, there you go. And now this is just the DAO settings where you can update links, DAO name, icon, description. You could change like governance settings at any time via proposal. These are, you know, standard settings that we have set for each DAO to start off. I won't go into too much detail here, but anybody, you know, who's curious to find out more, you could reach out to me at any time. We'll just go over to the holders now. So on the holders, this is like the holders UI. We'll give an overview of all the holders, where you can also batch delegate all your NFT like governance power to any of the holders as well. And you can see like all the holders information, like their address, their profile, and things like that. Then we'll go over to the safes real quick in the safe tab. Yep, and so these are all Gnosis safes. The main treasury is rage quittable. So that means your meme tokens can be burned at any time by the holders for a proportional amount of the assets in that treasury. The meme vault, that is where the remainder of your meme token supply that was not allocated to holders is kept. And new safes can be added at any time for any other kind of operations. Collection owners can also, you know, choose to do things like stream royalties from secondary sales into the safes, maybe splitting proportion to be rage quittable in the main treasury, while keeping like another portion of it in like a side vault, you know, to be used for any other kind of activities like paying contributors, treasury diversification, or like LPs or something. And then some of you might be wondering, like, you know, what you could do with these meme tokens, and, you know, how can we bootstrap this NFT DAO? So we'll just head over to proposals. And then, so this is what the proposal UI looks like. We'll go to create a new proposal, go to advanced, and we'll scroll down to crowdfund yeeter. So what this proposal does is it enables you to run a token sale crowdfund directly from your DAO. You just fill out this form accordingly. Here you'd be able to select the meme vault, the token amount to sell, and the ratio of how many tokens for one of the selected assets to receive. Meaning, like if you're accepting ETH or WETH for your meme token, you know, so in this example, you'd get 6,900 meme tokens for 1 ETH. Then you can put like an expiration date. Yep, you just scroll down a bit. Yep, then you just put like an expiration date for like how long the sale ends, and any remaining tokens not sold, you know, can be returned to the original safe. And then there's like the optional whitelist. And then then if you hit submit, so that actually opens up like the crowdfund Yeeter interface. So this will be generated right into your DAO once you set up the proposal. And this is like basically what it would look like. This is actually like our live crowdfund Yeeter that we're running for Silo right now. We just started for Silo Token within Silo DAO. It's hosted on Optimism. And anyone can find the link if they visit our website if you'd like to support us in any way. But this is like generally how you would sell your meme tokens. You could bootstrap your DAO, and then you would have a fully functional NFT DAO that has funding with its own token that can, be, set to LP or used for, all different types of activities or just like as a social token. But yeah, and then that's basically it.
Yeah, just to piggyback a little bit, when you first showed me this, I thought it's a cool kind of gamification of organizations, which DAOs are kind of doing already, but it feels like a game. It has more of that Nouns kind of onboarder feel with all the NFTs and being able to vote with multiple NFTs and delegate. So yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, this is super cool. Really exciting to see how much you've got put together there, and I'm really curious to see where it goes. It's super fun.
Yeah. Thank you for the time, and we should be rolling out something to the public, hopefully like by the end of the month, beginning of September. So then at that point, anybody will be able to use it, and governance enable any NFT collections. We're first deploying on Optimism and Mainnet, and then we'll look to branch out from there.
Brilliant, amazing. Looking forward to seeing.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Who else do we have? We've got 2 more hands up. Yasha, do you want to go next? Yasha, are you there? Did you have something you wanted to share?
Oh, just realized I was on mute. Yeah, I'm about to share my screen now. 1 second.
Okay, super.
Okay, can you guys see it says interoperable wearable standard? I don't know.
Yes.
If it's populating.
Yeah,
okay, cool. So this is what we're working on. It's actually like pretty simple. My background is I do a lot of, I started the music industry before I came into Web3, but I've done a lot of events specifically in Decentraland, and I was head of Metaverse for LimeWire, where I created a whole venue, the LimeWire venue in the festival district, and we did a 4-day music festival with like 17 artists. I've also unveiled the official movie theater there, where we brought in Migos and brought in also a headline act, Soulja Boy, for the Metaverse Music Festival, and also was involved in Metaverse Fashion Week 2023. So I love kind of Metaverse events, and a big part of that is digital wearables. It's a huge part of kind of the experience and people trying on their wearables and giveaways and airdrops and claims and purchasing wearables. And one of the main drawbacks is that there haven't really been interoperable. Now they're starting to, specifically with Decentraland wearables, where they're releasing it in a way where it can be used, I think, in some other wearables, but in some other metaverses, but it's still kind of very restrictive. And I think a big part of onboarding people into these metaverse experiences is creating a system or standard for wearables to exist in multiple worlds in a way that's kind of seamless and on the back end, and the user doesn't really have to worry about it. So we thought that 6551 could be a good solution for that, where we would have multiple wearables nested into one 6551. For example, like if we were to release these heart-shaped glasses, we would nest a Sandbox version, a Ready Player Me version, and a Decentraland version in the same 6551. So pretty simple in concept. The challenge right now is to kind of have different main nets within the same 6551, or to have something that's based on Polygon and an ERC token within the same 6551. So that's where we're kind of looking for some help on that point. But that's basically the gist of it.
Nice. That's super cool. This is one of the use cases that I was talking about yesterday during lunch with a former coworker here in Vancouver, and it was something that kind of opened his mind to the possibilities of NFTs generally, let alone 6551. So it'll be exciting to see this sort of thing start happening, and gaming companies start to adopt this sort of thing.
Yeah, and we have I'm in communication with DressX2, who's interested in potentially collaborating for the release of like the first kind of use case of the IWS, and then we'd want to open source it for everyone to use. So yeah, and I heard that you guys are working on something where multiple mainnets would be able to be embedded within 6551. I don't know if that's correct or not.
I don't know about the specifics of that. I think Jaden would be the person asked there, unless I don't know. Is Ray? Are you here? Have you heard anything about this potentially, or Angela? I don't know. They may not.
Hello. Yeah, sorry, what was
Hi.
the oh yeah, go ahead.
So the question would be either is there a way, for example, to have a NFT on Polygon and an NFT on just a regular ERC 721 embedded within 6551 in a way that if a holder, for example, if a holder would own this 6551 with these different NFTs embedded in it, it would populate in these different metaverses. For example, in the Sandbox and in Decentraland, that wearable would show up. I don't know if that makes sense, the way I phrased it, but
I think it made sense. So an NFT can hold assets on different chains, and on the dApp, you can make it so that you can display all of those assets, and you can display which network those assets live on for a particular token-bound account. So I think it's more of a more about displaying it on the dApp, if I got it correct.
We're not that focused on the displaying element of it, because each wearable would be the same design, just made to the specification of the different metaverse platforms. But yeah, we were just come into a little bit of a roadblock when it came to that. So I'd love to be able to connect with you if that's possible, and connect our dev as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would love to understand this a bit more. So feel free to DM me on Telegram.
Amazing. Oh, on Telegram, right? Okay. And what's your username on there?
Just posted in chat.
Okay, thank you.
Amazing. Okay. Digital Oil, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I have a general question on 6551. The silo house stuff just made me think about, which is really cool, by the way, Jekyll. So I anticipate it'll be common. At least what I'm probably going to be doing is using I use my punk as my main this punk you're seeing now is my main identity, and I'd love that to become kind of my go-to wallet via 6551 to interact, with any dApp. Say if I were going to interact with Silo House to buy NFTs and I don't know, and get these airdrops and interact with that DAO, I would do it via my punk. So what I'm thinking is it'll be common but I don't want to use it. If I have it stored in my cold wallet, I don't want to be obviously using that wallet, as little as I can. So I think delegating 6551 functionality to a hot wallet will be common, but I haven't found that in the, base account implementation that I saw. I'm sure you guys have thought about this. What do you anticipate is going to happen? And will it be baked into any kind of standard account implementation?
I don't think there's an immediate implementation right now that is being planned around this. But this is definitely an interesting question. Can you explain a bit more on what do you mean when you say that delegation of like operation
Sure.
of the 6551 to a hard wallet?
Right. So let's say I have a punk on a hardware wallet, but I don't want to use that hardware wallet or use it as little as I can, right? So I use something like delegate cache, let's say, to delegate, all functionality for that particular NFT or in general for that hardware wallet to another hot wallet. But now I want to use, say, that punk as my identity to interact with dApps and use that punk's one of that punk's TBAs to kind of interact on Ethereum on behalf of the punk. But I don't want to do it with a hardware wallet. I want to do it with a hot wallet. So I would need some kind of account implementation, like a TBA implementation that implements like a delegate cache interface, let's say. I'm just wondering if you guys are thinking about that.
Oh,
and if there's anything out there that I could test on.
I actually, as far as I know, I don't think there's an implementation like this. But given the way the contracts are set up, you can always create your own account implementation and deploy that and maybe test that out. I don't think that we are planning that internally, but I'm not the best person to answer that right now. We can discuss this more in the group for sure. But this is an interesting question.
Yeah, I mean, I could, I guess, launch my own account implementation, but I think it would be useful for it to be kind of
Of course.
an opinionated part of the standard, as you've done with the base account. Because I think it'll actually be more common. Or if you're going to use an NFT as your identity and leverage 6551, it's probably going to be a high value one, or maybe your highest value NFT. It's likely, right? So I think delegation is going to be like a core functionality needed, for like day-to-day use of the standard.
Could be something as simple as maintaining an allow list or approval list on the account implementation.
Right. Yeah.
Like that is what in my mind is coming like the simplest implementation of this problem. Similar to how ERC20s and 721s have an approval list, so you can approve a particular wallet to do like a certain set of actions with this DBA, but not all of the actions.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of like edge cases and
things
to think about, but in essence, that would be the solution. I just think it would be useful for it to be kind of not part of the standard, but part of like the opinionated standard. You know, like you already have like the base account. It would be interesting to have like a delegated version of that, or
Yeah,
delegate compatible version of that. Yeah.
I mean, we could go like in as much depth as we want to here. That'll be super cool. I think we should definitely get a conversation started around this.
Sure. Let me know if you want to speak. If you know, if with the other members of the group as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, the group is the best place to post anything in there, or you can DM me, or I mean, we can start another tinier group. I mean, whatever is best. But I think there are like a bunch of open source contracts out there that we can draw inspiration from, and we should be able to, discuss this through and maybe put up like an example implementation, either somewhere in the docs or deploy it, So it would be cool to have this.
Sounds good. What I'll do is I'll post something on Ethereum Magicians. That's the right place?
Yep,
Or
yep,
is-
yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Or also make sure that when you publish it on Ethereum Magicians, you can share that link on our working group on Telegram so that more people can view it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, great. I really like Melvin's ideas as well in the chat.
Okay, so it looks like we've got one more person with their hands up, Junie, and Joseph from Airstack. There was some commentary yesterday or the day before about some new API work that Airstack has been doing. I don't want to put you on the spot, but is that something that that you would want to share potentially as well today?
Yeah, for sure. I can give like a really brief presentation about it. Maybe should I share my screen? Can I share my screen?
Okay, sure. I'll just add you as a co-host here.
I mean, just gonna do it really quickly.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're all set there.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, cool. So yeah, yesterday we just released a new feature on our ERC6501 API. Essentially, now you'll be able to traverse like the whole like 6501 tree. So in this case, maybe like I need to explain a bit about the analogy because like maybe it's not like something very common that everyone's familiar with. So if you guys know that like because like in ERC6501, an NFT could have a TBA and then like they can have another NFT inside it and have another TBA. So this kind of like form a kind of like tree-like structure. So essentially, if you're building like a visualization tool or like would like to find like who really owns this TBA or who owns this NFT, you need to basically traverse the tree, either go down or up using the various input that you can have. So here I have created a tutorial. It's a complete guide. You guys can read the rest of it. But like here, for example, you can traverse the tree up if you guys know the ERC6501 account address, and also you guys can also traverse up the tree if you guys know a certain NFT within the 651 tree ownership tree. And of course, like you guys can go down as well, fetching like everything that is owned by the EOA address and also by the NFT itself. And here we already have a demo and also the code, so you guys can try it directly. So if you guys try the demo, you can click on here and we provide the GraphQL query right here. So everything is all set and you guys just can do a call and it will basically give you like a tree-like structure right here, so you guys can see. So this one is going upward and it's by the ERC651 account, so you guys can see like this is the ERC651 account, and here was it. So this is like in order going upward. So this is the NFT that owns the 651 account, and then like going up, this is the address, the TBA that owns this NFT.
and going up again, then this is going in to be another TBA. So this is an example that that is quite complicated. So that's why I use it in presentation. And then like eventually like you can resolve to an EOA address, which is like this one right here. So you guys can go up, and of course, like if you put this into the input right here, then it's gonna be like the other way around. You guys can do it like go down instead of go up. So yeah, that's basically really brief about that. If you guys have any questions, I give some visualization in here as well and some explanation, so that can help, hopefully. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me anytime. I'm happy to help you guys on this. So
Yeah, this is super exciting. As you know, Joseph, I was kind of running into this issue, this issue last week where we were trying to determine who the actual owner is of the EOA, so that we could use that information to dictate whether to show different UI elements on the screen. And I think it's something that a lot of people are going to run into. So it's great that you've shared this implementation as well as a little bit of front end code with me.
yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, like last week, yeah, definitely a lot of people request about this as well. That's why like I'm creating this tutorial. It feels like the community will really find this useful. So
yeah, amazing. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll do Junie next. Junie?
Yeah, BJ, can I quickly share my screen as well? Thank you.
Yeah, you should be all set.
Got it. So I'm trying to hit two birds with one stone here, because I wanted to just add quickly to like what Digital Oil was saying, because like we've been testing with our game and our users on like this tree as well. And the moment, like, because we want to build an identity layer where people bring in their NFTs to play the game. But like a lot of the users with expensive NFTs who wants to definitely use that as their PFP kind of have this like mindfulness of like they don't want to connect it so often. So I just wanted to emphasize that it is probably a recurring issue. Some of the ideas we have is when, for instance, this Pengu like obtains a spaceship that they need to play our game. The visuals will be this Pengu NFT goes into this square frame and then it attaches to the spaceship. And some of the ideas we have internally for us is then what if most of the activities on chain are done with the spaceship that has the Pengu on top of it, and then detached to PFP, and all this and randomly the spaceship needs to just check if that NFT is still in the same EOA because it already has a history of the two data together. So it's not exactly a perfect solution, but that's something we're looking into. And it would be great if there's some additional like improvements, I guess, on how to layer this as well. So just adding to what Digital Oil said. And on top of that, just wanted to do a quick announcement because during Korea Blockchain Week in South Korea, Seoul, we're hosting an official ELC 6551 meetup. So all the details are out now, and we're welcoming anyone in this group. And we'll be posting this on TBA Telegram as well. It would be great if people are in Seoul, come meet a lot of the developers who are building on ELC 6551. Benny will be joining online to talk about ELC 6551 to the crowd as well. And I think it will be a good opportunity. We are also planning for something similar in Singapore. So we'll announce that probably next week as well. So yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Junie. I hope you get a really, really good turnout. It's exciting that Benny's talking at that. And with regards to this issue with hot wallets, I think this is something that will definitely take up with Jaden and Benny and have a good talk through it, because I can definitely see this being an issue for a bunch of people, and for adoption, I think it would be important to have at least a recommended solution to this. Jay Harmony, do you have something to share? We're coming up on time here, but if anyone wants to stay on and see what Jay Harmony has to share, then feel free. Okay, so I've added
Sorry,
you as a
guys, I
co-host
accidentally
there.
raised my hand. I apologize.
Ah, okay. Okay. In that case, we've got a couple of minutes left. If anyone else has anything to share quickly, then raise your hand. Otherwise, this might be a good time to end it. Okay, I think that's it. We can call it. Thanks so much for sharing, everybody. I think I was a little bit concerned that we wouldn't fill the time, and we went right up to the end. So it's exciting to see what everyone has to share, and we will all see you next week.